Let's check out my After the Pen spreads and my gratitude and hand lettering planner. Hi everyone, this is Angie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, I welcome you and I hope you'll stick around. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the After the Pen spreads and the Happy Planner horizontal layout that I'm using or have been using for gratitude and hand lettering practice. So it's time to have a look at the second quarter. So let's go ahead and flip right to April. So in this planner, I do not decorate the currently page. I just never have. So maybe that will be something I will look at going into the future. But let's go ahead and look at Q2. And I did make some notes as far as the stickers that I used and the pins. So hopefully I won't get too tripped up. And if y'all are interested in some of these stickers, then you'll know where they came from. So for the April monthly, I used the Happy Planner, or I'm sorry, Kellofaplan pastel florals for the decoration. I always use the Marvy Ushida Color In brush marker to letter the word gratitude. And then for the daily gratitude, I also used the Marvy product line, but these were the Le Pen Flex pens. And I don't remember, it looks like some of these were probably from the pastel group. I'm not sure about some of these others, but overall, all of the pens are the Le Pen Flex. So I did try to start making notes on my pages because last time I did this flip through, I stumbled. Now, I don't think I did that in April because I don't see any notations here, but I did try to go back, and have a look for y'all. So I did pull out some older Happy Planner stickers for this one. That was Happy Planner Colorful Florals. The washi tapes that I used on the borders are from Plan Anything. And then to letter my quotes, I used the Kelly Creates small brush pens, and I also used her Dream pen, which gave this larger size here. I will admit I am not too crazy over the Dream pen. So you will see some of that in here, but not a lot. This yellow, though, I do have a hard time finding yellow brush pens. So for this one, I used the Faber-Castell Pitt brush pen. And then to fill in these boxes where the quote came from, those are just with a Papermate Flare. So it looks like the theme for this week was probably April Fool's Day. And then I normally will just Google my quotes. I'll say, quotes related to April Fool's Day. And then sometimes I'll pull them all from the same website and sometimes from a variety of sites. So for the next week, April 7 through 13, it looks like my theme here was just spring. So I decorated this one using kellofaplan Spring Florals Volume 2. I also pulled in this scallop washi from Plan Anything. That's one of my favorite washies. And all of these quotes were lettered using the Pentel Sign brush pens. And then, of course, for the boxes, again, I used the Papermate Flare. So those are cute. So on some of these, I didn't have a box, so I just put their name in the space that I had left. But yeah, those were cute. Okay, so the next week was Easter. I know I used a Faber-Castell Pitt for this one just because I liked the color. So for this one, I used the Plan Anything Springtime Sub Box. I think I also used the washi that came in that box. And most of these boxes were also from the Springtime Sub Box sticker book. And then I also did pull some additional boxes from kellofaplan Pastel Basics Volume 2. But other than this Faber-Castell Pitt, the rest of these quotes were lettered using the Right Tech sign brush pens in the Vintage Colors pack. And again, I used my Papermate Flare inside the boxes. So then back here, you can see I've got that Kelly Creates Dream pen again. I cannot letter with that pen. So, but anyway, overall, I like this one. This was World Book Day, and I pulled these stickers and washi tape from the Planny Thing Book Lovers sub box. I also did pull some boxes from Kellofaplan Pastel Basics Volume 2. And even though this one was the Kelly Creates Dream Pen, the rest of these were from the Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip pens. And then this time in the boxes, instead of Papermate Flare, I used the Jelly Roll Metallic. Or actually, I said metallic, but these may be the Stardust. But yeah, I like the way those came out. Those were good. And I find that I do a little bit better when I choose shorter quotes rather than long ones. And it looks like all of these quotes came from the same website, which was hindustontimes.com. So yeah, I did like that one. Okay, so that was it for April. So let's go ahead and move on to May. Again, no decoration on the currently page. So for the May monthly, I again used the Marva Yoshida color and brush marker. These stickers are from Happy Planner Modern Farmhouse sticker book. I did add some Planny Thing washi, and all of these daily gratitudes were with the Marva Yoshida La Pen Flex. So I do like those. I think they're a very small tip, but they are easy to control. So yeah, so that was the gratitude for May. And now this is the first week in May. So Creatively Lisa Marie had done a challenge. I think that week it was for use your live love posh stash challenge. So these stickers are from Live Love Posh. I pulled them from the old Muted Blooms sticker book. I do have a very limited collection on Live Love Posh. I have recently added a few books, but I love these stickers. I love the gray. And then I also pulled the washi from Planny Thing, and I want to say that washi was something about Lavender Bliss or something like that. I didn't write down the name of the washi tape. Sorry about that, guys, but it was a sub box on the washi. And in this one, the theme for this week was World Laughter Day was on the 4th. So I took all of these quotes from Instagram. A couple of them, the ones on this page came from the Sarcastic Lettering Challenge, which is hosted by Melanie 4816 Art and Gunjan Kashak. I'm sure I'm butchering that name totally. But the quotes on this page came from the Sarcastic Lettering Challenge on Instagram. And the ones on this page came from Letter Girl Gang. And the pens, I used all the same pens, and these were the Pentel Sign Brush Pen. I believe these all came from the Pastel Pen Pack, but don't quote me on that one. And I love the way this one turned out because I liked the paper stickers. I didn't have to worry about the lines showing through. So yeah, so that was quotes for World Laughter Day that took place on the 4th. Okay, so the next week was Mother's Day, and I pulled all of these quotes from today.com. I love that I was able to find all the quotes in the same place. So for this one, I used Happy Planner Fresh Bouquet sticker book. Again, I used my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip markers. And these washi strips were actually in the sticker book. So that worked out perfect. I didn't have to go outside of that book. It was a one and done kind of thing. I did use my Pentel Papermate Flare pen for the names of the quotes. So yeah, that one was pretty simple, and I like the Tombow Fudenosuke because it doesn't take up a lot of a lot of real estate on the page. But yeah, that was Mother's Day week. So the next week was May 12th through the 18th, and World Baking Day was on the 18th. I pulled all of these quotes from a website that was nastasia.in. I'm not sure what that means, but that's where I found them. I just Googled quotes for World Baking Day, and a ton of them came up. So these were the selections that I made. But these stickers came from Life and Leisure by kellofaplan. I did go ahead and use my Right Text sign brush pens, again in that vintage colors combination pack. I pulled my washi tape from Planny Thing. This was one of her Celebrate washies, so it's got the little sparkles, or not sparkles, but sprinkles on it. It's probably meant to be confetti, but I'm using it as sprinkles. And then I did use my Jelly Roll Stardust pens. I didn't have, or when I pulled these quotes, they didn't have names of who they came from. So instead of putting names in the boxes, I just put different baking ingredients. So that was something a little different. I think I had done that before, um, maybe for St. Patrick's Day and Mardi Gras, where if I didn't have an author name, I just put something related to that holiday. So yeah, I thought that one was pretty fun, and it was a good way to use up some of these stickers. Okay, so the next week was the 19th through the 25th. I don't guess I really had a theme for this one. I think originally I was going to do World Bee Day, but then I looked at these quotes, and I just thought these are not quotes, but these stickers, I thought these were fun. So it looks like I just went to Instagram and pulled up some of the Instagram challenges just for some inspiration. So I can see here where I noted this quote was from the Letter Girl Gang. It's Calligraphy, the Sarcastic Lettering Challenge. This one was also from It's Calligraphy. This one was Sarcastic. So yeah, I took those quotes from 3 different Instagram challenges, which were Letter Girl Gang, Sarcastic Lettering Challenges, and It's Calligraphy. And these stickers were from Happy Planner Sunshine Vibes. And I thought the Planny Thing washi tape paired really well with this. And then to letter the quotes, I used, again, the Marvy Le Pen Flex pens. And for this down here, I used my Jelly Roll, probably the Stardust, because I can see a little bit of a sparkle in there. But yeah, I love those Jelly Roll pens. All right. So for the last week in May, the 26th was Memorial Day. So I didn't really have any specific quotes that I found online. So again, I turned to the Instagram challenges. So I pulled these quotes from the Sarcastic Lettering Challenges and It's Calligraphy. And I didn't note which ones came from which challenges, but you know, they did it. So it's a mixture of those. And for the pens, I used the Pentel Sign Brush pens on these. The stickers came from an old Happy Planner book. It was just called Flowers. And then this little pen here, again, is the Jelly Roll Stardust. So I like that I was able to use up some of those larger flowers. And it is hard for me to get a large font from the Pentel Sign Brush pen. So these didn't turn out all that great. They're just okay. So yeah, so that was the last week in May. So for June, again, you can see we've got a blank currently. You can really see the bleed through here on this paper. It is a little more prominent in some or on some pages than others, but that's one reason I decided to move out of the Happy Planner horizontal and into the kellofaplan horizontal, beginning with Q3. Okay, so again, I've got the Marvy Yoshida pen over here. This was the color and brush marker. It looks like I forgot to write down which sticker book I used for these. I know this was a Happy Planner sticker book though. I want to call it, I'm trying to say Moody Blooms, but I know that's not it. So don't quote me on that one. This is definitely a Planny Thing washi tape. And then this month, instead of using a Marvy Yoshida pen, I went ahead and used my Jelly Rolls for this one. And I am seeing some sparkle on here. So these were probably the Stardust. But yeah, that one turned out okay. All right, so the next week we had a wacky holiday on the 6th, which was Donut Day. I think I used a Marvy Yoshida to letter Donut Day here just because I was trying to take up the space. But for all of the others, I did use the Pentel Sign Brush pen. And all of these quotes came from toasttab.com website. So yeah, I like these. Now in this month, you'll see there, I don't think there's any stickers on the pages in June. I think I just foregone. I went, you know, I didn't use stickers because I wanted to have more space for lettering. Okay, so this was Father's Day week on the 15th. Again, this looks like another Marvy Yoshida color and brush marker. I pulled my quotes from I didn't write it down, so I probably just pulled these from Google. I probably just Googled Father's Day quotes because I can see I've got a variety of different ones, and I didn't make a notation as to one particular website. So that tells me these came from various places. But again, these are the Pentel Sign Brush pens. And I usually just choose my pens based on whichever color strikes me at the moment. There's nothing scientific about these decisions, trust me. Okay, so the next week we finally got into summer. I think this was one of the color in brush markers from Marby Yoshida. They had a sale on their website, and you could get a 4-pack of pens for like $2 or $3. So I ordered a few of those multi-packs, and that was one of the newer pens. But I did use the Tombow Fudonosuke hard tip, and all of these quotes came from countryliving.com. So I did like these. Most of these came from singers. We have Sheryl Crow, the Beatles. This one was unknown. We've got Bon Jovi, Brian Wilson, Mungo Jerry, and Seals and Crofts. So I did like these. Okay, so for the next week, we had a wacky holiday on the 27th. This one was Sunglasses Day. It looks like I was still trying out those new pens. And the remainder of these pens are from Kelly Creates. These are her small tip brush pens. They're okay. I won't say they're my favorite. I do not use them very often. I like the colors, but I'm just not that crazy over the pens for some reason. It's kind of a small to medium tip, but they are very soft, and I do better with a hard tip. But it looks like all of these quotes came from Twixie.com. So these were pretty cute, I thought. I did like the quotes. And that is the end of June, guys. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that flip through. Like I said, after I completed second quarter in the Happy Planner, I did switch over to kellofaplan. Now, because I've got lettering on these pages, you're not really catching a lot of the shadowing and the bleed through. Like I said, it is more prominent on some pages than others. I can see quite a bit here and here. And I know that is, from the marker that I used. It's, I don't think it's 100% Happy Planner's fault, but look, you can see a lot of bleed through here. And that was a very pale pink pen, and look at the amount of bleed through. So that is why I changed. Even this very light gray pen has some bleed through. So that's one reason I wanted to change. I just, it's very distracting when I'm trying to do my lettering and I can see the ink coming through from the other pages. Also got some here. So I do still enjoy Happy Planner products, but for this, the purposes of this hand lettering planner, I do require a thicker paper for that can, hold up a little better to the markers. So that is why I made the switch. So I will try to post my third quarter after the pens. That will be later in the year. Of course, third quarter is still in progress at the time of this filming, so I haven't completed that. But it usually takes me about a month or so to get that one filmed, just because I'm usually so busy with other things. Look at the bleed through here, y'all, with this green. So anyway, I am thinking about bringing back some hand lettering videos for 2026. Let me know if that's something y'all would be interested in. If you don't feel like leaving like a big long comment or anything, just put a little pen emoji or something down in the comments box, and I'll keep up with those and see how things are looking for a possible, reintroduction of those videos coming next year. Okay, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I do appreciate y'all joining me on this one today. I'm going to go ahead and open this up just so that we're not looking at that glare. But like I said, I hope y'all did enjoy this one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know everyone's time is very limited. If you liked the video, please go on and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell for future notifications. Guys, y'all have a great day, a wonderful week, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.